Thank you for listening to today's public service announcement. Stand by.
So I am here to revoke my bisexuality. Because y'all women are fucking confusing. What the fuck? I have this one girl that literally went off at me out of fucking nowhere, saying that I don't try hard enough to get to know her. But when I try to get to know her, she leaves me undelivered. And she says, I just don't want to get hurt. Like, bitch, me too!
Damn, don't nobody want me? Nobody. Me, I want you. I want you. So you telling me nobody really want me?
Of course, if me and my girl broke up, I would be giving her money for the kid. Of course, I'm going to be giving you money for, you know, until the kid's an adult, until they're done college, whatever it might be. The thing is you want that money without actually having the kid. The thing is, you're the kid in this situation.
Big facts. I'm
you
the baby.
want, and that's what I think is so toxic for women in general, the mentality that they should just be treated like children, because it's created like a nation of women who just never grow up and are just like forced to just like feed off of rich men. It's just not sustainable. It might feel kind of attractive to you in the short term, but ultimately it's horrible for women. And I feel like most women see that and agree with that.
Sis, don't worry, you aren't cis. At least you're not cis. It's okay, at least you're not cis. At least you're not cis. Is the LGBTQ community okay? For a community that hates being labeled or mislabeled as much as you say you do, you guys create a lot of them. Like, I genuinely can't keep up anymore. I had to Google what cis meant. Basically, it means you identify as the gender you were born. My question to y'all, why do you make it sound like a bad thing? I thought the LGBTQ community was about accepting everyone, no matter their preference. Even though that shit doesn't matter, and talking about it publicly is weird as hell. But I guess I was wrong and they don't like straight people or cisgender people.
Why would they want one? What's the number one thing that motivates guys in relationships? We're all thinking the same thing, and they can get that whenever they want, with no commitment nowadays. They can meet that need, live on their own, make their own decisions, and do what else they want to do. We've devalued sharing our lives and decisions. We look at it as more of a chore now, and most relationships survive on the feeling of love until that wears out because it's temporary, and then they have to really love someone, and that requires work, effort, and they don't want to do that anymore.
Feminist wants equality between the sexes but does not want to let a man join this conversation.
The definition of feminism across the board is the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes. Yeah. I mean, you need to acknowledge your privilege first. If people could hear that about themselves and not be defensive, I think that we could probably push the needle forward a lot faster. As a woman, I'm not sure that I'm concerned whether or not you want to join as a man.
Is that not part of the issue? But that's segregating that's segregating genders. If you're saying that you don't care about my opinion as a man, that goes against everything the feminist movement
care
goes.
about reshaping and forming my feminism in a way that is digestible for you as a man.
So I won't hold back, and you should know that was never good, just have regrets. So I won't go back, oh, would I got me to forget the time I lost with no regret.
Hi Jordan, my question is, what is the antidote towards toxic masculinity?
Well, the antidote is responsible masculinity. And what does responsible mean? It means, well, if you're responsible, then you're trying to do what's honest first. So you're careful with your speech and your actions. You're careful with your speech in that you don't say things that you know to be false. And you're careful in your actions so that you don't have to lie about what you do. That's a good start. You want to repeat that?
I'm sorry. I said that didn't cover really toxic masculinity, right? Because
yes, it's dealing with the principle of reciprocity.
You just said that you have to be honest and responsible as a man. Right?
Well, put it this way: when I'm giving the spoon back to my granddaughter, I'm not engaging in toxic masculinity. And that was the point that I was trying to make. What precisely, since we're going to pursue this, what precisely is toxic masculinity, as opposed to, say, toxic femininity or toxic humanity? What exactly are you asking me about?
Well, I really want to know what you like, how you would describe toxic masculinity. Because
no, I want you to define what toxic masculinity constitutes. Since we're going to define things so carefully, let's do it. Okay, so before we move on, let me point something out. That I was willing to undertake this line of discussion, allowing for the possibility that the category of toxic masculinity had some content, right? But if we're going to pursue that line of reasoning and quibble about the answer, then we're certainly going to quibble about the definition that's embedded in the question. And so part of what's happened in our discourse is that we're required ethically to assume a priori, merely out of politeness, that the utterance toxic masculinity actually constitutes a meaningful phrase. And if you push it, you find very rapidly that it doesn't, because it's very, very, very difficult to define, and definitions actually matter. And so if it's a matter of transgressing against the boundaries of gender-appropriate behavior, well, first of all, that indicates that there's something universal and normative about gender-appropriate behavior, which is something that people who push the idea of toxic masculinity generally tend not to presume. And second, it's just as likely to happen among women as among men, in which case it's not toxic masculinity. So maybe on to the next question.
Okay. Will he perform when he has money right?
This is such an easy question to answer, but I don't think that y'all getting it. So let me break it down for you. Now, I'm seeing a lot of comments to the effect of, any of my boys, I trust them more, or none of my boys, they all dogs. Y'all missing the point. If it's me, I'm picking the biggest dog out of the friend group. I'm picking the friend with the most game, the most experience. I'm picking my top shooter. That's who I'm picking if it's me. And the reason why is shooters shoot. And I'm picking the homie that make the most shots. Why? Because I know he gonna shoot. And if he miss, shit, she might be down for me. And on the plus side, you could use it as like a toxic ego boost. If he make it, shit, he make it with every other shorty. It just happened to be mine this time. It's a win-win. If he make it, hold your head up, king. Ain't nothing to be sad about. That's what he does. And she probably wasn't even yours to begin with. But if he miss it,
I think feminism is the worst thing that ever happened to women. Our job used to be no job. We had it so good. And then all these women had to show off and be like, we could do it. We could do anything. Bitch, shut up. Don't tell them the secret.
When I was in Ranger school, my squad got spot checked. The Ranger instructor was looking for 3 items. One of my guys didn't have the items, so the whole squad got smoked. The RI was sitting there smoking us, and the more he smoked us, the more my squad looked around looking for someone to motivate them. The Ranger instructor shouted out, "I'm gonna bury you motherfuckers." So I saw that my squad needed some extra motivation. So I said, "Ain't no grave that can hold us down, motherfucker. Ain't no grave that can hold us down." Right now in life, your family's looking for that one guy right now. They're looking for that one guy who's strong, who's that pillar for the family in hard times. Make sure they look around and find you. These are the times right now for you to step up. Be that guy that can take anything. Stay hard.
You can say hello, but I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. You can watch me go, cause I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. You can say hello, but I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. You can watch me go, cause I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me.
pay for 100% of everything up front. You pay for 100% of all the dates up front until you're willing to start catering. Then I'll pick up my part.
100%.
Oh yes. Oh, see how I did that,
I'm
folks?
asking.
Yeah, no, yes, I said it because see the way it works right now is a man has 100% investment, and a woman can stretch it out as long as she wants to until she decides to start doing her part. Well, if that's how we're going to play it, then you pay for 100%. You like Ruth Chris? You like Del Frisco? You like Papado? Cool. You pay for all of it. Matter of fact, Uber for me, you drive it, cool. I'll drive, but if we need to meet, you got to pay for my Uber. You pay for it all. You step into the man's place if you want to be safe, but you put your paper on the line.
I even do that in my own relationship. Like,
But you, how quickly do you? Here's my question: how quickly do you think women would start picking better if they had to pay up front?
oh, it wouldn't take long.
What do you guys think is the biggest turnoff when it comes to girls? Ladies, let's take some notes.
There are seriously women that hate guys who play video games. I'm going to say it like this. I'm not going to use the whole he could be cheating on you analogy. Let's say it like this. Your man is stressed out every day. He does pretty much anything. Anything else outside of the house, he's pretty much dealing with stress at a fucking constant. He goes home and chooses to relax by turning on his PlayStation or his Xbox or his PC and starting to play a little video game. Your girl walks into the room, sees you playing the video game, immediately turns it off. That adds to his fucking stress. You're adding to his fucking stress. And when he drops you, it's because you're adding to his stress, not taking away from it. Man.
We're getting to that. Okay, so number one, he was a fantastic guy, very respectable. He ticked all the boxes. However, I'm not just going to say I'm young. I'm going to hold myself accountable because I was in a relationship with him when I was 17 to 21, and I was leaving college and about to move to Miami. So I was curious. I was curious at the time. I was, a young, beautiful lady, and I saw the attention I got from these men that my man and his friends would idolize, and I saw that I could have a chance with these men. So distance plus my curiosity plus me being immature, it led to our fallout. I moved to Miami. I got every man that I wanted, but as you spoke on, the longevity of a woman being able to do that does not last long. It deteriorates our value. God stopped me real hard when I tore my meniscus. I ended up gaining weight and losing the one crutch I had, which was my beauty. And
okay, I've been seeing a lot of people post this fucking tweet trying to talk about it. So it says, after 2 months of talking, I told this guy yesterday that I wasn't ready for a relationship, and he responded, "It's been great. Hope you have a good one." And then he blocked me. No effort, no pressure applied. I'm devastated. What? Why are you mad that the guy is not falling for your manipulation? And this is not a gender-based conversation. It's not a, oh, well, guy should have... If a guy told me that after 2 months of investing into him, that he didn't want a relationship, after 2 months, you probably like somebody. So after 2 months, if someone tells me, oh, by the way, I don't want a relationship, I'm be like, okay, thanks for wasting my time. Bye. Gone. And any right person should do that. We're just too grown to have these manipulative conversations. That's manipulative, because if he told you you don't want a relationship, but he is not applying pressure, that means you want him to just do more. You should just fucking say, I want you to do more. Can we just be honest about our fucking intentions with people? Period. That's just hella childish. Because if you have to lie to people like that to get them to like you or to get them to do more, something's wrong with you. Let's talk about it. Something's wrong with you. Because if you just wanted to have sex, or you wanted to be a casual relationship, you said that. If you didn't, you could have said that from the very fucking beginning. Oh, I don't want a relationship. No, you wanted him to apply pressure. You didn't have to fucking lie. You just straight up lied. That's just weird. Very weird.
Your girl is not going to leave you to be lonely. I don't give a fuck if she married or not. Unless you force her hand, you beating on her, or you it's an abusive situation to where she's threatened, or you kick her out, she's not going to leave you to be lonely. I would say almost 9 out of 10 times when your girl break up with you or she divorce you or whatever and she move on, Before she did it, there was another guy. I can guarantee you that. Women are not going to leave you to be alone unless you were overbearingly, abusive or some shit like that.
Bro, you want to be different? Send her money.
Don't listen to them. This is what happens when you all muscle, no brains. Let me explain something to y'all, gang. Stop sending these girls money. I don't care how big the cheeks is. I don't care how pretty they are. Stop sending them money. You working a 9 to 5, 8-hour shifts. Working mad hard, overtime, late night shifts. For her to just take photos on Instagram and just, hi. No, stop doing that. Like, let me explain something. This is the new rule for men. If she want to get money, she better get a job as your personal janitor and start mopping up. Because that's great. Y'all just sending money for being pretty. I know women are smarter than men, but they should not be finessing y'all this badly. Like, y'all must be out y'all minds, gang. Stop sending them bread.
I'm a young shot caller, hit placer, bad bitch taker, AK slanging ass gangster, white flash nigga we don't hang 2 gun gang. When I walk through, when I walk through, when I walk through, when I walk through.
Women have the right to do whatever they want. She can go to the club as many times as she wants. She can post whatever she wants on social media. She can entertain as many male friends as she wants to. And of the many rights that she has, she also has the right to remain single. And you have the right to walk away as a man and only deal with people who exhibit the characteristics that are becoming of someone who wants a serious relationship. Understand this. The fact of the matter is that she wants the stability, comfort, and convenience of a relationship while still being able to function as a single woman. And the way she achieves this is by resorting to shaming tactics by calling you insecure, toxic, controlling, and a massage therapist when you set respectable boundaries that she is not ready to adhere to. It's not about what you're willing to allow. You can't allow a free woman to do anything. She's a free woman. But it is about what you're willing to accept. And when you put it that way, you are in full control of your environment and you disarm the shaming tactics.